Hello my crafty friends, it's Crystal with Happy to Plan. I am going to be doing a journal with me in my Cheaply Chic journal. This is a journal collection from September. This is a collection that Cheaply Chic puts out every month, and it is a themed journal collection. If you want to know more, I'll make sure I leave a link in the top for you to check out my setup video. I wanted to jump right in and go ahead and get started on creating and crafting in this journal. Now, I do want to say that typically what I do in the journals is I decorate them, and I'm going to be honest, I don't typically use them. And I'm actually okay with that, because there are some that I have that are filled with stuff and some that I'm using, but I get so many because I'm on her design team and I get them monthly, that for me, just the joy of creating and crafting in them is really what I enjoy doing. So that's what I do with these. So as you can see, I'm kind of flipping through. I am making this waterfall journal again. So I did cut the pages up into this point already, and then I really wanted to keep that middle section in the book without cutting it or doing anything like that. So what I decided to do was I made it a little bit of like a portfolio where it kind of folds into itself. And I do plan on creating a little bit of a kind of like a folder effect in there, but that won't be in this video. I'm really just in this video, I'm just gonna kind of create that waterfall effect again and kind of show you how to do that. And what I mean by again is I did it in my Life is Sweet journal, and I really love how that turned out. And I really wanted to try it with this kind of vintagey feel to it. I wanted to see how it would look with all the lace and all the different kind of lacy things. So that's what I'm doing. So I already cut, like I said, I already cut half of the book, just to kind of save time in the video. So I'm cutting the rest of the other side of the book, basically. So you can see there that I took the book page that was in the book and I just glued it and made it a pocket. I do that very often. And then I was trying to figure out what to do with this page because I didn't want to lose those little the little tear off thing for the computer paper. So all I did was fold it. Now I am going to actually fold it the other way eventually here in a second, because I wanted to make that like a little pocket, and it was just kind of getting in the way, and I didn't want it to rip off, so I'm going to fold it the other way. Now the paper, that little baggie was a little bit too white for me, so I'm just going to take some of my tea-dyed ink here from Tim Holtz and just kind of make it a little grungy, a little tea-dyed looking. Now, it didn't work really great. I think it was because the plasticky feel of that bag, it didn't spread the ink out really good, but it's fine. Okay, and then I do want to show you what I did with these little half sheets. I am making them look like tags in the journal. So I'm just cutting them to resemble like a little tag. And then so basically what I'm doing is I'm just cutting the paper. So I'm taking each individual little paper and I'm cutting it just maybe like 1/4 of an inch from where the paper was, the paper from the one behind it was, and just cutting it. And yeah, and I do actually use all of these cutoff pages. I'm going to use them to create a weaved pattern paper, but I didn't do it in this video. I'm going to do it in my next video. I haven't done it yet, so I will do that and show you the process of how I create that. All right, so yeah, So that is what those look like. And then I am going to, I didn't want to, again, it's kind of hard with these kind of pieces of paper that she has that are kind of unique and that I don't really want to mess up. So what I'm doing for this one is I want to do something similar to what I did in my Life is Sweet journal, where I put two pieces of paper together and made little side pockets. So I'm going to do that in this one as well. And I didn't want to lose that little cute scallopy edge there in the lace, so I'm just going to glue that on to the page. And I'm going to do it in a way that leaves a little space for like a tuck, but I don't end up using it. I don't end up putting anything in the tuck because I just couldn't find anything that would fit that looked cute. But it's there in case I want it. I just kind of lined it up and it's kind of cool. It made like another little type of design. And then I'm going to take the little tag that I wanted to put in there and just put it in there and kind of line it up so that I leave enough room to have those tags sticking out. And then I'm just going to glue that and then glue it down. And then my last piece of paper, I'm going to go ahead and tear that. Yeah, and I wanted to use this particular piece of lace. I just thought that little scallopy edge would look really cute kind of at the beginning of the book. So I'm just trying to decide where I want to tear it based on that. And then I'm just going to glue the whole thing on. So it's just going to be a lacy piece of paper. And then I make sure that the little scallopy edge sticks out. And I'm going to use my peeking shears to cut the end just so it doesn't ravel or anything in the book. And just put that right there on the front. And now just going to kind of show you a little bit of a flip through. And okay, I was like, what was I doing? I'm adding this little other piece of lace here just to have another little piece. I wanted it to be really full of a lot of pieces of lace and just different lacy bits kind of sticking out of the book. Okay, so I'm going to take another little piece of lace here and make a tag pull for the tag. That's not actually tagged because it's in the book, but you know what I mean. I'm just going to staple it and yeah, just going to staple it a couple of times, and then I'm going to take another piece of lace and add it to that other piece right there. And I just used one of those little scallopy edges. Just cut one of the scallops off and then use that as a little pull. So I'm just going to glue that straight onto that. And let's see what else. Oh, and then for the other side of the paper where the computer paper was, I folded it the other way because the way that it was originally folded didn't work with what was behind on the other side. So since I had it kind of folded weird, I wanted to cover up the fact that there was like a double fold line there. So I'm just going to take a piece of lace that fit that little fold line really well. And I'm just kind of sticking that to make sure that it sticks off the edge a little bit. And then I do leave the top kind of a little bit further up the top just to have that hanging out off on the top of the page. And let's see, what else do I do? been trying to figure out, yeah. So I think I was trying to figure out whether I was going to glue that down or not. So I did end up deciding to go ahead and glue it down and make it like a little tuck spot there. And then I went ahead and added a little pieces of lace to this side. That's the other side of what I cut in the picture or in the video. I cut both sides the same. And then I had another piece of lace and I just used it to add a pull tab to that one as well. And then I'm just going to trim that up to line up with the tag. Yeah, so I think it looks really cool. I'm really loving how it looks. And I am trying to think about, look at my one nail that's not painted. All right, so, oh yeah, that's right. I was like, what am I doing? I took a little piece of the fiber from the collection and just tied that around. Because again, I wanted it to make look like a bundle of papers together. So that is that. I'm not going to really do anything else to that today in this video. So that is what it looks like. I really think it's cool. I'm really excited to continue working in this, and hopefully you guys will enjoy the process. I will see you again real soon. Bye for now.